time for your close-up.
All right, so we're here with Kelsey Briggs and the Gentleman Pirate, who has had a miraculous comeback from breaking his neck, basically, and not having a prognosis that was ever to be ridden again. So Kelsey has brought him back this year, and she's getting ready to run prelim at Carolina International this year. So just kind of tell us how your season's been going and how you think he's going to do this weekend.
Well, he's come back really strong. It doesn't feel like he just spent the last year off with a broken neck at all. I jumped him around a little training in Aiken last month, and he was galloping around treating it like it was a big advanced course, and he's done a couple of prelims since then. Feels great, clean every time out, and not nervous or anything like that. He feels like he hasn't missed a beat, so I guess I'm pretty confident for this weekend if we can just, get it together. Of course, it's always me. If anybody messes up, it's me, not Pirate. So he can always jump clean if I can stay out of his way.
And what do you feel will be, if there's any challenges that you're focusing on more this weekend or something you want to improve this weekend? What would that be?
I have a real habit of just kind of picking out of my micromanage, and I've tried to work through that. But taking time off, not having an upper level horse to run. I had some nice training horses in the time off, but not having an upper level horse to run, getting back in the higher levels is more of a challenge for me. We're just going prelim this weekend. He's going to be back, hopefully, to intermediate at the Fork. And for me, just coming into the bigger fences and staying out of his way is the biggest challenge when I want to kind of start picking. And so, we haven't had any rails this season. He can be a very clean jumper, but if I start to pick, a rail can come down. I know that can happen. Hopefully, cross country is where we're both the best, so I tend to feel more confident about that. But yeah, just basically keeping the micromanaging in check and just trusting my horse to jump, because he can do that. He doesn't need my help.
So coming into the Fork, you decided to enter him intermediate, since that was kind of where he had his last big hurrah at intermediate as well. So
I mean, before, he had an injury to a suspensory, just a strain, but he had that before he broke his neck. So honestly, the last time we ran intermediate was in 2011. He did the AAC, clean there, awesome. And but he was really, really strong, and I was starting to really look at advanced and get a little more serious about everything. So he was very much ready for that, and I wasn't sure how long it was going to take him to come back. But as I said, he hasn't missed a beat. He doesn't seem like he knows he's had basically 2 years off. And so I think the decision to go intermediate was just based on how he's felt in the last few, which is kind of an old pro. He has that feeling on cross country like he's an old 4-star horse packing me around. Even though I got him when he was 3 and we moved up through the levels together, he has that feeling on course of knowing a lot more than I do. So I don't feel like I'm nursing him around or having to help him around. It feels like he's landing, looking for the next. He seems to understand the harder questions and respect those even more than he does the little ones. So it's just kind of, I'm not going to waste time. If he feels ready, I'm going to let him go back to intermediate and see how we're going there.
And eventually, fingers crossed, you'd like to move him up to advanced.
Yes.
How do you plan? Obviously horses never really go to plan, but
yeah.
If you had your ideal season for the rest of this year, what would it consist of, do you think?
I think I'm trying not to get ahead of myself, obviously, because the best way to ruin all your plans is to make them to begin with. I think sometimes you have to just kind of have tentative plans, as we've learned over the last couple of years. But, so I'm going to get through the Fork, I think, and then make my decisions. I think I'm going to run him in the 1-star at Virginia in May, because that'd be nice for him to go and do that. I'd like to maybe run a CIC 2-star, maybe Poplar or something like that in September. Again, provided everything's going well. That's kind of the short-term goal. And then go from there. I've never run advanced, so I feel like I need to do really well at intermediate, do 2-star, all those kinds of things before I really start to think about that again. Because I want to make sure I do it right. I feel like I've been given this amazing second chance, and I don't want to screw it up. I want to make sure that I do all the right things and make myself a better rider. I want to try to go away and train. I've not trained nearly enough, really. I mean, I've run a business at home, and I haven't gone away to train for extended periods of time. And so there's still a lot of education that I have ahead of me, I think, before I really think about advance. So just the rest of this season, or the rest of this year, is going to be, CIC 2-star in mind, maybe next spring a CCI 2-star, but just a lot more education on my part.
Sure. Well, great. Well, good luck this weekend and good luck with the rest of your season, and I'm sure we'll be checking in again in a little bit. So,
Thank you so
there's
much.
Pirate. Good luck.